Hello everyone. So this is the video lesson 22 and we are going to discuss a very important application of the inclined film interference, thin film interference, that is the Newton's rings. Okay, so Newton's rings are very important in for the point of view of the examination and as well as the different engineering applications. Okay, so by the help of Newton's rings we can discover the wavelength of any unknown monochromatic light source. We can determine the refractive index of the medium. We can check the flatness of any surface. Okay, so there are a lot of engineering applications, and Newton's ring is the special case of wedge shaped film interference. Okay, so in the previous session we discussed the inclined film interference, that is the wedged shaped film interference. Okay, so in Newton's ring there is a combination of two inclined films. Okay, here in this figure I try to plot the inclined film. There are two film, one is this film, another is this film, and they are in contact with their apex point. Okay, so apex point is basically the contact point of the upper layer and the lower layer. Okay, so when these two opposite facing inclined film are in contact, the resultant combination is of this type, and the similar combination of the inclined film is achieved by the Newton, and the interference can take place in such a combination. Okay, and the interference pattern is in the form of concentric rings with alternative dark and bright bands. Okay, so this is the concept behind the Newton's ring. Now let's see the real design of the Newton's ring. So Newton's rings are the basically wedge shaped thin film interference. It is named after Isaac Newton, investigated in the year of 1704. So this line is important here, which explains the real design procedure of the Newton's ring. When a plano-convex lens is placed on a plane glass plate in such that the convex surface is in contact with the plate, a wedge shaped film is produced between the gap. Okay, so when the monochromatic light is made fall normally on this arrangement, then we obtain the interference pattern in the form of rings, concentric rings, and this interference pattern is obtained in reflected light as well as the transmitted light. Okay, however, when you view when you do the experiment with the help of the white light, then what will happen? You will obtain the rainbow of the colors because of the different wavelengths present in the white light. Okay, so let's see here. So this is the plane glass plate, and here this is the plano-convex lens, and we place the plano-convex lens on the plane glass plate in such a way that the plano surface of the lens is in contact with the plane glass plate. Then there are two inclined films, one is on left hand side, other is on the right hand side, and there is a air gap in between these two, and there is a point of contact of the two wedged shaped film, that is their apex point are common. Okay, so this is the special case, and by the help of this combination Newton obtained the interference pattern. Okay, so now let's see the experimental setup for the Newton's ring. Okay, so this is the experimental setup. This is the plane glass plate, this is the plano-convex lens placed on the plane glass plate, and here this is the monochromatic light source. Basically it is a point source, but by the help of lens we convert the point source into the extended source like that. And here there is a plane glass plate at 45 degree, and this plain glass plate make the light beam normal to the plano-convex lens. Okay, so here the light bend to the plano-convex lens at 90 degree. At the gap there is a partial reflection and partial transmission. So some light is reflected back, some light is transmitted. Okay, so in this figure we place a microscope on the reflected component and we observe the interference pattern. Here you can see the two patterns. One is for this one is for the reflected light and this one is for the transmitted light. So you can see the difference between these two patterns is that in the reflected case the center is dark, while in the transmitted light the center is bright. So this is the difference, and in this figure you can see the partial reflection and partial transmission of the light rays, and thus giving the different path difference at different points. That's why we obtain the bright and dark rings alternatively. Okay, so let's see. So this is the real picture. This is the real picture of the Newton's ring. So here the center is bright, so it is the transmitted case. Here the center is dark, so this is the reflected case. Okay, so by the help of Newton's ring there are a lot of possibility of engineering applications, as I give you the examples, some of them. Okay, so now let's see the theory of interference. That means how the interference takes place, what are the conditions for maxima and minima. Okay, so this is the formula for the wedge shaped path difference. So give the condition for the normal incidence and a small wedge angle, you obtain the effective path difference as twice mu t plus lambda upon 2. Okay, mu is equal to 1 for the air, otherwise there may be some liquid or any transparent material there. Okay, so now we are able to write the condition for maxima and minima by putting the path difference equal to the even multiple of lambda by 2 and odd multiple of lambda by 2, and in this way we can obtain the conditions for maxima and minima. That means the condition for the points which will appear bright or dark in the reflected light. So the whole mathematics is done for the reflected light. You can also write the same conditions for the transmitted light by taking the path difference equal to twice mu t only, because this component will not there in the case of this is the optical path difference. This optical path difference is 0 in the case of transmitted light. Okay, so in the similar way you can write the conditions for maxima and minima for the transmitted light. Okay, so this is the basically theory behind the Newton's ring. Okay, so the question here is very important. Describe and explain the formation of Newton's ring in reflected monochromatic light. Okay, thank you.